All right, team, what's happening? Good afternoon. Happy Sunday, August 17th, 2025. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Happy to be with you this Sunday and every Sunday. But just a heads up, I am not doing a video next week. I'll be out on vacation, but don't expect much, to be quite honest, since August has been rather choppy. We'll go over that here together in terms of the charts, kind of our watch list, see what we're expecting this upcoming week. Futures are back open. They are green at the moment. But let's go ahead and take a look at the market. All right, here we are, beginning. Dow futures up 43 points. S&P up about 0.12, NASDAQ up about 0.20, and the Russell getting a little bit of a bounce back up after falling on Friday. Gold flat, crude oil's down 0.31%, and the dollar slightly red. Nothing crazy. Let's take a look at S&P together. Let's start with that. Let's start with what's happening now. 6450 on S&P, or SPOOS as I call it. 6450 is the level I was looking for a retest. You can see that that level was defended back on the 13th of August, earlier this week. You can see that we're bouncing off that 100 MA on the 1 hour for now. Is there any edge here to trade? Is there a level I'm looking for? Probably 6,500 first. If we can get above that, then I would wake up to probably wanting to go long at above 65.10, play for maybe a 15-point hit to 65.25. As you can see, this trend line did break above, but again, has been holding up pretty well, excuse me. Once we get that break, again, we're at all-time highs, guys. Not much to do there in terms of technical analysis, I should say. But if we were to do Fibonacci extensions from the lows of October of 2023, we are at 76.99 S&P 500 on a 161.8 fib extension. That would be wild to see, to say the least. Let's take a look at NASDAQ together. Okay, we did get this breakout here. This is where we played TQs this past week, and we got 30% profit, but we also got a bag on the runner. So very similar chart to NQ, and just wanted to focus on that when we go over our recap. You could see kind of a bull flag setting up. Sure. We can get above what, 23,960, 965 we'll call it. Then you're set for a long as well. I prefer to do S&P since NASDAQ's a little more volatile, personally, in terms of signals. I've traded NASDAQ on my own, again, just to try to be safe for our clients. I try to be just doing S&P and gold. But if you are inclined to trade NASDAQ, 23,965 is the level we're looking for. Again, here's your flag pole. Here is your bull flag. If you break above there, you're rocking and rolling. If you break down below 23,658, more than likely this is going to be invalid. I have seen many bull flags in this bull market that have broken down the flags and have bounced back up. So we would need some kind of confirmation right around 650. That's 200 points from where we are now before we can even talk about shorting. Shorting is not easy in this market. I did it with Palantir last week. We caught it, but man, it was a tough one. I'll go over that here in a second. Let's go to Russell together since we're in the futures theme. And looking at it here, kind of another bull flag setting up, huh? Flagpole, bull flag. So we are looking for what? 2320 to confirm this breakout. So what we're noticing is just rejection, really, from what, Thursday and Friday, from that hot PPI. You can see kind of the resistance points that we're at now on the Russell. I fully believe we'll break out anyways, since we're going to get that rate cut in September. That's pretty much baked in now. So we're really looking for a way to enter this trade. If you guys remember from maybe a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago, we were long Russell with this inverse head and shoulders that finally broke above 2150. And I think we did one for masterclass on IWM calls and regular signals. But we took advantage of that there. And my point being, we should be able to take advantage now as well. So if we break above 2320, I would like to go long on the Russell. If we're looking at IWM, I did not throw it on my watch list this week, but it would be 231.63. So guys, heads up, that's what we were looking for a breakout on IWM, which I would love to go long on with calls. Let's take a look at gold to round up futures. Head and shoulders, it's a very long neck. You can see the breakdown is basically happening. It looks like it's about to set up. So 33.75 breakdown, targeting 33.50 as the next leg down. So gold looks like it's ready to pull back a little more, and we'll be ready with some I can't say where we'll do puts because that's been difficult. I think we're just gonna have to stick with futures on gold, to be quite honest. 33.50 would be the target. 33.75 break. If we break 33.50, then hey, 33.28 sounds great. That was a price level that I had earlier. If we go on the daily, that's in the bottom end of this really ping pong range. We were just at all-time highs recently, so all this could be just profit taking. It's been a very difficult one to short, as you can tell, really since April. But kind of slow melt up higher for gold, but I definitely want to take advantage if we break below this 50-day moving average, 33.71. Watch that carefully. We've only broken it maybe what 3 out of the last maybe 7 months. We've maybe dropped below the 50, maybe a handful of times, meaning 6 or 7. So that's been a very key level of support. We can either buy it there or we can go ahead and short on the break. So we have some options, for lack of a better word. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at our website. For those who are new here, this is our website, www.gar.capital. If you are interested in any of our services, here is our pricing details, all here. Masterclass as well for those who are interested in one-on-one teaching. I am the teacher. I'm the one who will be teaching you directly. Our articles are here as well for those who are interested in a little more analysis in regards to key events in the stock market and trading and macro. www.gar.capital. That's the name. All right, let's go to this week. Option signals. Mara was an L. That was one that we opened back in July 15th. Unfortunately, we didn't get crypto to bounce. It was a little too late. So that was an L. Posted that L too, guys. We post all of our losses. Yes, they are rare, but it happens. AMD, 40%, but it did push a lot higher. Let me see where that AMD call went. What, 83% on that turnaround? Very, very nice. We got 40% when we opened it on Monday. It was a quick 5-minute trade. Let me see if I can bring that up for you guys. Yeah, here we go. So you can see the timestamp on the 11th at 10:27 in the morning, and then 40% literally 5 minutes later, 10:32 in the morning. And for those who missed it, I actually held on to that and it came back around luckily. And you can see that turnaround on that runner, 91%, 185 calls. See, back to 41% anyway. So you got another chance at it for those who missed it. Tesla, this one was 30%. So this one it's been difficult lately. I'm going to assume and chalk it up to just being in August. But you could see 28% on Tesla, those 360 calls, and should have just taken it. And that's where we have to be a little more careful, a little more tactical, especially me. 20 to 30% profit is just fine. If some of our members have taken it at those prices, that's great. Just a shame that we didn't get to close there. Didn't get a chance to come back. TQs, like I stated earlier on that breakout, like I said with NASDAQ futures, 32%, that also hit a bag. So 2 wins, 2 losses. Mara was from literally a month ago, so it was a carryover. If you really think about it, it was really 2 out of 3. Not our best, not at our pace, but I think I'm just going to kind of chalk it up to that kind of flat, choppy month of August. Tesla did hit 30%. That should have been a win, but again, semantics doesn't matter. What matters is what happens, and we're just going to have to make this back. That's all. Futures, a little bit different. 10 points on ES this week and down 5 on gold. That kind of week, just choppy. Just have been starting on the slow foot. Sundays and Mondays haven't been the best. Tuesdays and Wednesdays have been good for futures. And then Fridays have been okay. But yeah, you could see just kind of chop. Profitable week, but nothing to get too excited about. And in terms of masterclass, the toughest one on the board that we did was Palantir puts. We got as high as 151% on the 180s. Those things were dead, guys. Those things were dead like 94%, and then we just started pulling back. So good to see. As you can see here, I was setting up for that rising wedge reversal. Then we had CPI, which was positive, and the stock market levitated Palantir. But I held on pat, and then we pulled back. So it doesn't always work, obviously, but I do stick with my analysis. With options, you just have to hold sometimes. AMD was a crazy hold too. So that's kind of just August at this moment. But I was happy to get that one. Unfortunately, we didn't get Nvidia, but that chopped us around. But confident that this week we'll kind of get on back on pace where we're just going to get some momentum kind of going our way. And let's kind of look at the charts and see if that kind of sets us up. Let's start with Nvidia, and you could see just sideways action. That's really just it. That's just chop. When you don't have tons of, let's just say, kind of big moments or a big kind of news, I can't say alerts or tweets, something that kind of gives us some juice out there. Catalysts, that's the word I was looking for. And we just don't have it at the moment. So Nvidia has just been sideways for a week, just chopping premiums. So really just needs to break 185. Take a look at Google. Same deal. 207.16 is that break point. It's holding above. It's been slowly melting higher. How about Apple? Apple's at 237.80. 36 is kind of the level we're looking for. Same bull flag that we've been seeing on some other stocks. We're ready to break out there. We talked about IWM, 231. Need that to break out. Let's take a look at AMD. Needs 186.71, kind of a double top setup. That needs to break out. How about Micron? 130, possible double top, possible bull flag. That needs to set up for a breakout. Tons of opportunities out there for sure. The only issue is we just need that extra bit of juice to kind of get us over the top due to the fact that it's August and August tends to be slower in terms of volume. So with that being said, let's move over to the week in question, which is this week. And what do we got kind of looking forward? This is our earnings reports that are coming up. Zoom, Workday, Walmart, BJ's, Target. As you can tell, very specific onto retail. Home Depot and Palo Alto. Is there anything here that we usually trade? No. Would I wait for anything to come back out of this? Probably not. The last time I traded Walmart was the 100 calls and I got chopped away. So to be quite honest, I'm just going to go ahead and wait and see. We can chart them together, but I'm not going to trade beforehand. Here's this week's stock market almanac. Monday's a bullish day. Tuesday's a bullish day. We'll see if that comes to fruition because Friday was technically on the almanac a bullish day, and yet it was not in reality. This week, FOMC speakers, PMIs, existing home sales, Jackson Hole Symposium, and Fed Chair Powell speaks from that symposium on Friday. Since there is no Fed decision or Fed meeting in August, this Jackson Hole Symposium is kind of like that vacation away from it, but we would get some kind of hints on future Fed policy there. At least that's what the intention is. So I also want to pivot to one more thing before we wrap up, guys. UNH, this is a name that I've been talking about now. Here you can see Investment Club alerts. If I can just find it. And it's been quite a ride. UNC here, look at after September. That's when we really start to cook. Let's say after that first week of October. So I still say because of Buffett's buy, that's kind of that perfect excuse to kind of get us to that seasonal move. 320 is a key level. 311 is Buffett's buy point, technically. 1.5 million shares of UNH, or the $1.5 billion worth of UNH. And this is a name, again, we have been talking about, but we bought it a lot higher than it was. So again, we had that stock rating here, and we said it was a top value play. This was back on July 1. At that time, the stock was at 312, pretty much the price that Buffett bought it at. Pretty crazy. But my level of support was 300. It broke down before. So this was not an easy hold. This was right around, again, July 1st. 234.60 was the lows. So what, $70 below the 300 support. My 12-month target was 450. We're at 305 currently. All the valuation and dividend strength, all of that was there. I'm just glad that Warren Buffett actually reads the blog and reads the website. Very happy to see. Happy UNH shareholder here, for sure. And if you are on that train, very cool. I believe there is more upside. Again, it just needs to hold 300. 311 is his cost basis. There is a gap to fill on the daily, right around 375. That would be kind of the target I'm looking for by the end of the year on UNH. Some pullback is to be expected after a big push higher, 12% on the day. So, I wouldn't rush and go back on Monday, go out on Monday and start buying up UNH like crazy. Again, expect some profit taking on this name, even though I think it's set up for a long-term push. So that's where we are in the stock market, at least currently. Let's see what we get in terms of some catalysts out there. There was a talk about Ukraine-Russia peace deal, didn't work out. So again, markets are not exactly red. You can see they're green at the moment. We just need a break. That's it. We just need one piece of good news to send us over the top. Some kind of confirmation of rate cuts, something along those lines. Peace deals, something good, some good news is bound to happen to get us that break that we want. Let's see if we get it this week. If not, it'll probably be in September, maybe closer to the Fed rate cut date. That remains to be seen. We'll be with you every step of the way. Have a great rest of your evening. I will catch you guys on the server tomorrow. I went ahead and posted a video regarding our Discord server, so kind of helps around navigate to see exactly the channels that you need to be keeping an eye on to maximize the value of being here at GAR Capital. So thank you so much for your time again. Have a great rest of your evening. I will see you guys tomorrow bright and early. Cheers all.